Hi, Aquarius. This is your reading for April 2025 for the collective sign of Aquarius. Oh, happy April. It is the astrological start to the new year. We are both feet in. Maybe you're just at the platform about to jump off. Maybe you're already feeling the urge to tiptoe your way forward into this new life. Maybe you're fully engaged. Wherever you are on that journey, all things are new. All things are new. Can you feel that coming to you? So the new astrological year began on March 20th. That is when Aries season began. And we had the new moon solar eclipse in Aries on March 29th. So that was really showing you the portal, the doorway in your soul, maybe even the external world of where you are headed next. And in big, profound ways, like all things new, all things new, all things go. I'm going to actually choose this deck. We're going to pull some cards for you that kind of can help you, give you some messages of what to focus on, what might be showing up for you in April. All right, we have the Wheel of Fortune showing up. I talk about that card a lot lately. We have the Magician. Yay. The Magician actually came out a little upside down at first, and then the Queen of Swords came out also a little bit upside down. But we're going to put those cards upright. I don't generally read cards in reverse, but I want to make a note of the fact that they did kind of like jump out of the deck and land not fully in their power, but this kind of piggybacks on the first card that came out, which is the Wheel of Fortune. So that is when there has been this very slow shifting of momentum into a different direction in your life for a very long time. You have been, like all of us, but I think this is a particular focus on your life. You have been working hard on changing the trajectory of your life, of like all the small intentional ways that at some time, sometimes during this process of trying to change your life experience, it can feel like it's in vain. It can feel like nothing is happening. You're doing everything that you can, but this is the Wheel of Fortune. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's very promising, a promising shift. It is when your karma changes for the better. We are focusing on your karma changing for the better. It is an energy of, doing all of it. It's a really slow process. Some readers read the Wheel of Fortune as a energy of things happening really quick and the momentum changing very fast, but that's not what I see in the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is like, this momentum in your life has been going in a certain way, so much so that you think that it's just going to always be like this. It can feel like, oh my gosh, the same thing is happening to me over and over and over again. What in the world is going on? Like, what can I do? This is not, I don't want my life to be that way. It can be a really, it can be steady and great for a while, but it's like, it gets monotonous. It gets, it's just you realizing like, oh no, it's time to change things. We're going to change the direction of how it's always been. And it's like, it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of patience and trust and intention and small daily choices to stop that wheel from to slow it down, And the universe works with you in this. So it's kind of like you have this intention of like, oh my gosh, I want my life to be different. I'm going to totally drastically change the direction of my life, or at least I want the direction of my life to change. And you do everything that you can think of to make that happen. And it's very small daily choices of like, I'm going to do this a little different this time. I'm going to make a different choice here. I'm going to let this person go. I'm going to go this way instead of that. So it's like you working hard on trying to make a really, really, really big life change but it's all the tiny little steps that add up to make that happen. And it's a very long process. Again, it feels like sometimes during that process, like what you're doing isn't working, but it is. It's just the wheel slows down at such a pace that you don't realize that it's happening until one day when the wheel stops completely in order to like kind of catch its breath and start building momentum to go the other way. You feel like you're in this place of deep stagnation. You're like, wow, life is at a standstill. Life is at a standstill. This card often references like retrograde seasons for me, which we are in Venus and Mercury retrograde up until mid-April, and then it's going to take a couple weeks after that for those planets to have the full force forward momentum energy again, and that is communication in relationships and in finances. I don't know about you, but this Mercury retrograde season has been a lot. It's been a lot. Things just kind of like taking a lot longer and more intention than you would wish that you had to deal with. But that's just the way that life is. So this tells me that in April, you will have visibility. You will have visible signs that your life is finally moving in that other direction. Things will start showing up for you, not just minor things, but like you are going to be in magician mode. What a beautiful card, because that's telling me, oh, you're going to see it in such magical ways. You're going to feel so in your power. It's going to feel like a miracle. Like you're gonna look over. The Wheel of Fortune is like you think things are never gonna change. They're happening so slow you can't see the changes. Then one day you look around and you're like, oh my gosh, everything is different. The momentum has actually changed. So to me, in April, you get some kind of huge gift, some huge visibility in your life that the momentum has finally changed. It really feels like a miraculous like insight that you have of, oh, yeah, the momentum has changed. Let's do this. What else was I going to say about the Magician? Well, it's because, I mean, the Magician is the card of taking action. It can feel like a miracle when something finally happens, when you finally feel like you're moving forward again. But it's because you have kept trying. The Magician is someone who shows up every single day, whether they want to or not, even on the days when they don't feel like it, even on the days when there were storms the night before and they didn't get very good sleep. You're still going to show up. You're still going to show up. You're still going to do your best. You're going to be the magician. You're going to be the performer. You're going to act as if everything is going as well as you'd hoped. And the universe sees that and rewards you for that action and says like, oh, yeah, I see your effort. I see your action. I see your belief. I see your trust. Trust in yourself. Trust that you can change your life. I see that. And I'm going to give you proof that all your effort has not been in vain. And when that happens, it feels so miraculous. It feels like God is looking upon you and blessing you. And really, it's because you've done the work. You've done the work. You have alchemized. You are the alchemist. The magician is that mad scientist in his laboratory, like turning darkness into light, turning lead into gold. Doing whatever it takes. You have made this change in your momentum, this change in your life happen. You have created the doorway, and you're going to get a beautiful, magical, awe-inspiring moment in April that proves that all your work has not been in vain. Queen of Swords. I'm going to go ahead and pull, Queen of Swords is what we're going to talk about next, but protect this. Protect this moment. Like, don't let anybody downplay this moment for you. When you feel something so, like, this moment that feels like a miracle and magical to you is going to be so deeply personal. It could be very It could be very obvious to other people, like it could happen in such a way that's visible for all, but it's deeply personal to you. You feel it. So it's kind of like maybe something, when something happens and it's like everything just kind of lines up and there's so much deep, like metaphorical and spiritual meaning in something. Like you've been wanting something to happen. You've been thinking about someone, and like all of a sudden, like the most beautiful song that you connect with that person comes on, or it's like the perfect messages, and like you see angel numbers and you, I don't know, just all the magical little signs. It just like everything lines up and you have this like deeply spiritual connective experience of like, yes, this is a moment of beauty, and it has so much meaning, and this is a significant moment. And then when you share it with someone else, they're like, huh, I mean, that stuff happens all the time. Don't let them downplay this moment. Don't let anyone take this moment away from you. That's what the Queen of Swords is telling me. Like, whatever feels like a miraculous, magical alignment to you, it is. And no one can take that away from you. You have earned this. Relish in that moment. Relish in the moments of magic and beauty, and in the ways that God speaks to you and the universe speaks to you. Wheel of Fortune, we have the Three of Swords. Your Capricorn got this kind of message too. Your life of heartache and loss, no more. No more. Like, you have turned the corner on something. You truly have. You're going to get a moment of recognition in that. What is this moment? I'm curious. Someone's gonna reach out to you. Someone's gonna give you a message. I mean, or you're gonna have the ability to reach out to someone, or it feels a little bit more like something's gonna come to you. It's something really, again, like this magical moment of confirmation that things are getting better, finally, is so small. It's so small, but it's so impactful. And it has to do with turning the corner on some kind of loss and pain. All right, Queen of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Now, there are going to be, protect this moment and value it for what it is, and don't let anyone take it away from you with their dismissive nature or their misunderstanding of how much it means to you. Sometimes things mean so much to us that when we try to share them with others, it's just not the same. Like, it's not happening that way for them. So we can't fully convey what it means, right? But then there are some people that you're going to share this with, and it's going to uplift them. So definitely share this experience that you are having, this realization, this beautiful small gift that either someone gives you by communicating with you, or someone gives you an opportunity, or the universe affirms for you. Like, definitely share it with people. But, just be careful not to allow people who are jealous, or people who just don't speak the spiritual language, or, it just doesn't resonate with them in the way that it did with you, because this is personal. Don't let them take that power away. But there are people you're going to share it with that are going to be like, oh my God, yes, that kind of experience has happened to me. They understand it. Okay. I don't want this deck. I want this deck. Okay. What is another card for you that kind of just encompasses all of April? Knight of Swords. Yeah, something's coming in. Something is coming in for you. I'm going to pull one more card. I don't usually do that. Four of Cups. It's kind of like a repeating message for me. Like, and it may be related back to this Three of Swords, that you've turned, like the Wheel of Fortune is totally turning you in a different way completely away from a cycle of loss and pain and misunderstandings and abuse and trauma. And I mean, this Three of Swords is when you are deeply hurt by a situation, by a person, by yourself even. But it feels a little to me like April, you have a profound moment of magic that comes in, that you feel so in your power, you feel so loved and affirmed by the universe for all of the work that you've been doing on yourself. You have a moment that is so special and so magical, and it comes in the form of some kind of message, some kind of offer, and it's so small, but it's so big, okay? There's someone in your life that they don't respond the way that you wanted them to. And I feel like it's deeply connected to this Three of Swords. It may be like the same person that has always been kind of causing the Three of Swords. It may be, it just feels like maybe it's someone who you deeply respect, you want to impress, you've had attachments to, but they've also just constantly hurt you. And it could be a situation like that too. But it just feels like let me put it in the context of this way. Like you're in, like, let's say it's a family member or a friend that they've seen all of the work that you've been putting in. They've seen the changes that you're trying to make. They've kind of doubted you. They have not really supported you in your journey of trying to make changes and become this new embracing of magical energies within yourself, manifesting. I mean, that's the magician, is like manifesting things in your life. And maybe you've been trying really hard I think you have been trying really hard to make something happen. And in April, you're going to get confirmation that it's happening. You're going to have a deep moment. It's not the thing, but it's a confirmation that the thing is happening. And I'm not saying you've been doing this to prove anything to a particular person or a group of people or even to yourself. But maybe there's an element of that you think, oh, when you're doing this fully for yourself, but you're also doing it to overcome some kind of pain that has been inflicted on you, loss, loneliness, that kind of thing. So I'm not, you're not trying to, the whole entire foundation of why you're making this change is for you. But you also you want to be witnessed by someone in the process. And I just feel like it's going to happen. It's happening. You have a moment where it's like, oh my God, yeah, I can feel it in my body. You're just like, oh, I cannot wait to share this. I cannot wait. Like, this is going to, you're just excited to share it. But there's someone that they respond in the way that you're used to. They don't respond in the way of, oh, they're not excited with you. And that, instead of allowing that to pull you into the Three of Swords, remember, you are working against the Three of Swords. You are working into this beautiful magic, the stance of the magician. And whether you realize it or not, you are giving this huge gift to this person. It just feels like this person or this experience, it could even be like a job, it could be a group of people. They are never going to see you the way that you want to be seen. They're just not. And it's always hurt because you've been wanting that for a long time. And this is your moment of like, whoa, I have finally reached some kind of achievement in my life that they've known I've been trying to do, and it doesn't even have meaning to them. Therefore, this is about you. This is about the moment. This is about self-acknowledgement and what you have done and accomplished, and how your life is turning in a completely different way. And it's turning away from the Three of Swords. It's turning away from this person. And this might actually be the moment where you're like, oh, I guess this means goodbye. You are giving a gift to this person. They're not going to ever let you know that they are. At least not in this moment. Okay. What is your shadow card? What is it that you bump up against? I mean, we kind of been talking about that. But what's your advice here? Everyone is getting this card in the shadow deck. Two of Swords. This is a message of like, you've got to lean toward what brings you joy and peace. This is not about another person at all. You are not, your job here is to not make other people happy. No. And it's like when you're making decisions, especially from this moment forward, and I think this is how you've changed the momentum of your life. And this is what has created this magician moment for you. It's like you have checked in with yourself. You are doing this for yourself ultimately. But I do think there is someone or something here that you've been trying to impress. That was not the goal, but it's, you've wanted validation and acknowledgement from them, and love maybe even from them. And even when you achieve what you have been working so hard for, they don't give that to you. And this is a moment of going deep within and realizing, like, that hurts. It still hurts. It's always going to hurt. It's like the Three of Swords is your attachment to them. But this is about you. This is about you. Oh my God, enjoy this moment. This moment in April is going to show you what you're capable of. Don't let anybody take that away from you. All right, Aquarius, if you ever want a private reading with me, I offer those virtually. You can book directly through my website, which is in the box below. I also do live readings if you are in the Nashville area. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate any comments, any feedback you want to give. And I cherish this moment in April. You deserve it. Okay, bye.